Okay, so here it is, an August Saturday morning, another hot, steamy Texas day. We're going to take a couple of days off work, continue on with our decompress, recompress series of road trips and outdoor adventures. This is going to be an extreme Jeep trip, and we're going to New Mexico. So we've done quite a bit of map recons, and we've located some routes. We've looked at some motorcycle trails. Those help quite a bit. We've plotted some GPS coordinates. One thing that we're not sure of is, does any of this cross reservation land? It doesn't appear that it does. So that's the plan, is we're gonna head south towards Carlsbad and just kind of regroup there and figure out where we're gonna make our first entry from. We got several options. We're gonna see some extreme elevation changes, which is gonna be interesting because we're gonna be starting in the low desert, and we should be crossing into 5,000–6,000 feet pretty quick. So it's going to be an interesting trip. We'll talk to you a little bit about what we're packing for this trip. We're looking at 4 to 5 days, and we don't plan on seeing many people out while we're either, and that's always a good thing. So we'll see how remote we can get, and we'll be back. Okay, so a lot of times I'm asked, what do I carry when I'm on the road as far as firearms and for trips like this, and can one carry in some of these areas? Now, a lot of the national forest lands allow open carry, but just check that before you go. Yes, when I'm in the outback country, I do carry my Glock 19. I have 3 magazines, and when I'm out doing my backpacking trips, even my day packs, I am armed. And sometimes I open carry, because a lot of times I don't even see anybody, and if I do, I'm not really concerned about it. Chances are that they're carrying a firearm also. Here in the Jeep, up on top of my roll bar, I have my Rossi Puma 357 Magnum lever action carbine, and that's mainly my defensive rifle that I carry. And I'm asked, well, why don't you carry an AR-15? Well, first of all, I'm not looking for a fight. And let's just say if that AR-15 were to get stolen or something like that, I'll probably just brought a bunch of heat on me that I didn't need, because the gun haters are going to be all over that. It's more low profile. With the 357 carbine, it's lever action, it's low profile, doesn't look aggressive, it's lightweight, and it's short, it's small, so it's easy to conceal. If I want to carry it like on a scouting pack or something like that, I can carry it. If I want to hunt with it, I can hunt with it, and it's sufficient for self-defense also. You take a 357 Magnum and you fire it through a rifle barrel, you're going to get more velocity out of that round, thus more power. So the 357 Magnum, especially fired out of that rifle, is a decent defensive round in my opinion. And for any animals I might run across, just say snakes or rabid coyotes or something like that, or say if I do run across some bear, it'll not that I would want to have to use it on any of those animals, but should they become aggressive, that 357 Magnum has enough punch to get the job done. Okay, so when I say I'm shooting with a GoPro, I'm not actually recording with the GoPro. I'm using this little EK 7000 by Akaso. It's a little Chinese GoPro copy, but actually they're not half bad. So I've got 2 of these that I'll be using out in the field, and it's a lot easier to carry one of these along than it is my Sony. The Sony's pretty compact, but still, it's it's definitely a higher end camera. So the 2 types of cameras I'm going to be shooting with are these little Akasos, and then of course for my primary camera I'm going to be using the and I'm filming it here, doing a little 2-camera move. I'm going to be using the Sony AX5 III, and you can see I've got it mounted in a tripod in order to kind of stabilize what I'm doing in the front seat there, and I can shoot out the window and then I can detach. I'm going to try to get a lot of tripod footage on this also. So that's the setup that we're using right there. The Sony AX53 will be shooting in 1080 60p, and then the Akaso, this little Akaso that I've got right here, action cam, little GoPro copy so to speak, and I'll be shooting in 1080 60p with it also. So just to give you a little information on how we're running that. A little different than how I started out back in the old days with 3/4 inch machines and video cameras that were too big to fit in this front seat, but it's come a long way. So we're going to try to get you some good images and some good footage of the backcountry, New Mexico. So we're 17 miles from Carlsbad, and you can see we got some weather coming up. Made it to Carlsbad, and what I'm fixing to do now is I'm plugging in my first GPS coordinate, my first waypoint. One of the things I kind of like about a spontaneous trip like this, you know, is it does give you a chance to see just how ready you are if you do ever have to, you know, deal with an emergency situation. So most of my gear I keep in my Jeep. As you'll see on this trip, I'll be working out of 2 packs. I've got my 3-day patrol pack, and then I've got my 1-day pack, and I use my 1-day pack for day hikes and things of that nature. So you'll see me running out of both of those packs. And also in my Jeep, I have I've got a hard case. Okay, I've got a supply trunk, and I keep a lot of my auto supplies and emergency breakdown supplies in there, as well as tools. And then I have all my cooking stoves and my cooking gear in there. I get to basically, you know, fine tune and tweak my gear, which, you know, tack guys like doing that, and see how everything comes together. So, you know, a trip like this, you know, one day I just looking at the maps, looking at Google Earth, and said, you know, I want to explore this area, and boom, I'm on the road. Okay, this is open range country out here, so we do have to contend with cattle. Okay, so I just made it to my first waypoint. All right, so here's the entrance to the Guadalupe Rim Trail, and that's going to get me up to my next waypoint. I got about an hour. Got about an hour till darkness, or an hour till I need to find a camp. Okay, and if you can see my surroundings, that's what I'm keeping my eye on, is back there. I mean, I'll be okay because I'm camping in the Jeep, but I don't think I'm going to be making a fire tonight because it looks like everything is wet. This area's been hit by rain. But so anyway, we're fixing to make our entrance right here, and we'll see about airing down here in a minute, see how the road is, and we're gonna start looking for a place to camp. Okay, so far the road, I mean, you see it there, it's been pretty wide, but it is rocky, so I'm gonna have to air down. So I'm gonna take about 10 pounds off each tire, knock them down to about 28, see if that helps. It is starting to bang things up a little bit in the Jeep, but so far so good. We should be able to make good time on that road. Beautiful valley down there. I mean, it looks close in the video, but it is a long way down there. Very, very vast. On a ridge line out here, I got phone service, thank goodness, and we got rainstorms everywhere out there, as you can see. So I'm going to get you some views of the surroundings here and let you check it out. this is definitely low profile stealth off the radar camping. So we're gonna have to take a minute, get camp set up, and then it's getting dark fast. So I've got some things I've got to attend to here to get buckled down for the night and be ready to ride out this storm. Okay, these are window screens just to keep out the bugs. Okay, I've decided to move on down the road because these storms are coming in fast and hard with a lot of lightning, and I'm on the top of a hill, and that's not a good place to be. So I would rather be driving in my vehicle toward the highway than just sitting on top of a hill during a lightning storm. So I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to get back on the road. It's only 8 o'clock. I can drive all night if I need to. And I'm going to get out of these storms because they're looking pretty wicked. That's why I broke camp right there. So I'm just going to drive. Here comes the rain. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get our 2 hands on the wheel. All right, so now you see what I'm dealing with here. I wouldn't even have had time to get my camp set up. I'd have just been sitting in the driver's seat watching the rainstorm. So I can watch the rainstorm while I'm driving, make some time. Boy, that lightning that in the area where I was is really fierce, and I've seen a few lightning strikes actually hit the ground. So I got out of there just in time.